Hey, Patriots fans! We're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved New England Patriots. Before we jump in, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. This way, you'll stay updated and never miss any breaking news or exclusive content. The buzz around New England has exploded in a way that only the biggest rumors in the league can. Fans woke up to whispers circulating across the football world suggesting that the New England Patriots might be preparing something massive behind the scenes. And when we say massive, we are talking about the kind of move that shakes the entire NFL landscape. The name at the center of this speculation is none other than Myles Garrett, the dominant defensive force who has terrorized quarterbacks for years. Suddenly, insiders, analysts, and fans are all asking the same question. Could the Patriots actually be preparing to bring Garrett to Foxborough? At first, many people dismissed the chatter as just another off-season fantasy. But the rumor has grown louder, spreading through media circles, podcasts, and fan discussions with surprising momentum. The Patriots are a franchise known for making quiet but powerful moves when nobody expects it. Throughout their history, they have built a reputation for striking at the perfect moment, often when the rest of the league is distracted. And that is exactly why this rumor is gaining so much attention. Because when New England is involved, nothing can ever be fully ruled out. If the organization truly has its eyes on Myles Garrett, it would signal a dramatic shift in how the team plans to reshape its identity moving forward. To understand why this rumor is creating such a storm, you have to look at what Myles Garrett represents in today's NFL. He is not just another defensive player. Garrett is widely viewed as one of the most disruptive forces in the entire league, the kind of edge rusher who can completely change the tone of a game with a single play. Offensive coordinators spend entire weeks designing strategies just to slow him down, and even then he still finds ways to break through. The idea of a player like that suddenly landing in New England has Patriots fans dreaming about a defensive resurgence that could redefine the team's future. Over the past seasons, the Patriots' defense has shown flashes of its old dominance, but the unit has been missing that singular superstar who commands fear every snap. Garrett would instantly become that centerpiece. Imagine opposing quarterbacks stepping up to the line knowing that one of the most relentless pass rushers in football is coming off the edge in a Patriots uniform. It would completely change how offenses prepare to face New England. And that is exactly why the rumor has captured so much attention. Because if there is even a small chance this could happen, the ripple effect across the league would be enormous. Another reason this speculation refuses to disappear is the growing sense that the Patriots may be preparing a bold new era. For years, the franchise built its identity around discipline, strategic brilliance, and carefully constructed rosters. But in recent seasons, there has been increasing pressure for the team to inject star power back into the lineup. Fans have been craving a headline move, something that signals the Patriots are ready to return to the aggressive mindset that once made them the most feared organization in football. Bringing in Myles Garrett would send exactly that message. It would be a statement that New England is done playing quietly in the background and is ready to re-enter the spotlight with authority. Around the league, executives are constantly evaluating which teams are one superstar away from becoming a serious contender. And in the case of the Patriots, the argument could be made that a defensive weapon like Garrett might transform the entire structure of the roster. A pass rusher of that caliber does not just add production. He changes the psychology of the defense. Teammates play faster, coordinators become more aggressive, and suddenly the entire identity of the team shifts toward relentless pressure. Of course, rumors like this always raise the same critical question: how realistic is it? The NFL is a league filled with speculation, and every offseason brings its share of dramatic stories that never materialize. But what makes this particular situation intriguing is the silence surrounding it. Neither side has come out strongly to shut the rumor down. When something truly has no chance of happening, teams usually move quickly to calm the conversation. That has not happened here, and that absence of denial has fueled even more discussion. Analysts are beginning to connect the dots, looking at contract structures, roster needs, and the Patriots' long-term defensive strategy. Garrett's presence would instantly elevate the team's pass rush, which is often considered the engine of modern defenses. The Patriots have historically thrived when they could disrupt opposing quarterbacks consistently, forcing mistakes and creating turnovers. Garrett embodies that philosophy perfectly. If the organization believes the time is right to make a dramatic move, targeting a player like him would align perfectly with their strategic DNA. There is also the emotional factor that cannot be ignored. Patriots fans are some of the most passionate and loyal supporters in the entire league, and they have been waiting for a moment that reignites the feeling of unstoppable dominance. Rumors about Myles Garrett have ignited social media, sports talk shows, and fan forums with intense excitement. Supporters are imagining what the defense could look like if Garrett lined up alongside New England's current core of players. The vision is simple but powerful, a defense that attacks relentlessly, collapsing pockets and forcing offenses into chaos. That image alone is enough to send waves of anticipation through the fan base. Even those who remain skeptical cannot deny the electrifying possibility behind the rumor, because sometimes the biggest stories in football begin exactly like this. A quiet whisper, a speculative conversation. Then suddenly the entire league realizes that something extraordinary might actually be unfolding behind the scenes. What makes this rumor even more fascinating is the strategic ripple it could create throughout the NFL. If the Patriots truly move forward with an attempt to acquire Myles Garrett, it would not just impact New England. It would force other teams to reconsider their own defensive strategies and roster priorities. The AFC is already packed with explosive offenses led by elite quarterbacks, and the best way to counter those attacks is through relentless defensive pressure. Adding Garrett would immediately position the Patriots as one of the most intimidating defensive teams in the conference. Opponents would have to redesign protection schemes, dedicate extra blockers, and adjust their entire game planning process whenever they faced New England. In other words, the move would extend far beyond a single player acquisition. It would reshape the competitive balance of the conference. That is why league insiders are watching these rumors so closely. Because if even a portion of this speculation turns out to be true, the Patriots may be preparing one of the most dramatic defensive statements the NFL has seen in years. As the rumor continues to spread, analysts have started examining how a potential move for Myles Garrett could realistically come together. In the modern NFL, deals involving superstar defenders are never simple, and any organization attempting such a move must be willing to reshape multiple layers of its roster strategy. For the Patriots, this would likely mean committing significant resources to bring in a player widely considered a generational talent. But the fascinating part of the speculation is that New England has historically shown a willingness to make bold financial and strategic decisions when the opportunity feels right. The front office has always operated with a long-term vision, carefully balancing risk and reward. If the leadership believes Garrett could anchor the defense for years, the investment might suddenly appear far more reasonable. Around the league, executives know that players of his caliber rarely become available, even in rumor form. When a possibility like this emerges, teams must quickly evaluate whether the chance to land a defensive superstar outweighs the cost required to secure him. The conversation has also shifted toward what Garrett himself might represent within the culture of the Patriots organization. New England has always valued intelligence, preparation, and relentless effort, traits that align perfectly with Garrett's reputation as a disciplined and highly motivated competitor. Observers who follow his career closely often describe him as a player who constantly studies offensive tendencies and looks for new ways to dominate at the line of scrimmage. That mindset would fit naturally into a system that emphasizes situational awareness and tactical precision. If the Patriots truly see him as the cornerstone of a new defensive identity, it would make sense that the team would explore every possible avenue to make such a partnership happen. A player like Garrett does not simply join a roster. He becomes the gravitational center of the defensive scheme, drawing attention from blockers and creating opportunities for teammates to thrive. Another intriguing layer of the rumor involves the psychological effect it could have on the locker room. When a franchise brings in a superstar defender, the impact goes far beyond sacks and pressures. It sends a message to every player on the roster that the organization is committed to competing at the highest possible level. Veterans often respond to that type of commitment with renewed energy, while younger players gain a role model who sets the standard for preparation and performance. Imagining Garrett walking into the Patriots locker room immediately creates that vision of intensity and accountability. Teammates would know they are lining up alongside one of the most feared pass rushers in the sport. That type of presence can elevate an entire defense, pushing players to raise their own level of play. Even the coaching staff benefits, because a disruptive pass rusher unlocks more aggressive tactical options throughout the defensive playbook. Meanwhile, the rest of the league is watching the situation with a mixture of curiosity and caution. Rival teams understand that if the Patriots truly pull off a move involving Garrett, it could instantly change the defensive hierarchy in the conference. For years, offensive powerhouses have dominated headlines, but football insiders know that championships are often decided by defenses capable of controlling the line of scrimmage. Garrett embodies that exact philosophy. His explosiveness off the edge forces quarterbacks to speed up their decisions, often leading to rushed throws and critical mistakes. Imagine that level of pressure becoming a weekly reality for teams facing New England. It would not just improve the Patriots' defense statistically. It would create a psychological challenge for opposing offenses before the game even begins. Fans, of course, have taken the speculation to another level entirely. Across social platforms and sports communities, supporters are already imagining highlight plays that have not happened yet. They picture Garrett exploding around the edge, collapsing the pocket, and igniting the crowd with the kind of defensive dominance that once defined the Patriots' dynasty years. Even those who remain cautious about believing the rumor admit that the idea itself is thrilling. Football thrives on these moments of possibility, when a single rumor can spark endless debate about the future of a franchise. For Patriots fans, the dream of seeing one of the league's most unstoppable defenders wearing their colors has created a wave of optimism that has not been felt in some time. And that brings us to the biggest question hovering over this entire story. Is this simply another dramatic rumor swirling through the NFL offseason, or is it the early signal of a move that could reshape the balance of power in the league? The Patriots have always been masters of secrecy, often working quietly while the football world speculates from the outside. If there is any truth to the idea that New England is positioning itself to pursue Myles Garrett, the announcement would instantly become one of the most talked about moments in recent NFL memory. Until something official emerges, the rumor will continue to grow, fueled by the simple but powerful possibility that the Patriots might be preparing a defensive revolution with one of football's most dominant players at the center of it all. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy, share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. As the speculation keeps building, another fascinating question begins to emerge across the NFL conversation. What kind of defensive transformation could the Patriots actually create if a player like Myles Garrett became the centerpiece of the system? When analysts start imagining that scenario, the discussion quickly turns toward the aggressive defensive philosophy that New England could unleash. Garrett is not the type of defender who simply fits into a scheme quietly. He forces schemes to evolve around him. Offensive lines must shift their protection, tight ends must stay in to block, and running backs are often pulled into pass protection duties. That domino effect opens space across the field for other defenders to attack. Suddenly, linebackers can blitz more freely, interior linemen face fewer double teams, and the secondary benefits from quarterbacks who have less time to read the field. Patriots fans are already envisioning that kind of chaos unfolding every week. The idea of New England fielding a defense that relentlessly pressures opposing quarterbacks feels like a return to the intimidating identity that once made the franchise so feared throughout the league. Another layer that makes this rumor even more explosive is the timing of it all. The Patriots have been searching for a clear signal that their next era of football is ready to begin, and a move involving Myles Garrett would represent the loudest possible statement. For years, the organization built its success through calculated roster construction and player development, but sometimes a franchise-changing moment arrives in the form of a superstar acquisition. Garrett would immediately become one of the faces of the team, the type of player whose presence alone reshapes how opponents prepare each week. Fans would circle Patriots games on the schedule knowing that every snap could produce a game-changing defensive moment. The energy inside the stadium would shift as well, because dominant pass rushers create some of the most electrifying plays in football. A strip sack, a crushing tackle in the backfield, or a relentless chase that forces a desperate throw into coverage. These moments ignite crowds and swing momentum instantly. Right now, everything remains firmly in the world of speculation, but the sheer scale of the rumor has already accomplished something important. It has reignited excitement around the Patriots and sparked a league-wide conversation about what the future of the franchise could look like. Whether the move actually happens or not, the idea of Myles Garrett potentially wearing a Patriots uniform has captured the imagination of fans and analysts alike. And in the NFL, rumors often reveal deeper truths about where teams want to go. The Patriots may be preparing to build a defense that once again becomes the nightmare of opposing quarterbacks. If that vision truly includes a generational pass rusher leading the charge, then the football world could soon witness the beginning of a new chapter in New England. Until an official announcement arrives, the whispers will only grow louder, and every fan will keep wondering whether this stunning rumor might actually become one of the biggest defensive moves the league has seen in years. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.